Welcome to a surprise edition of AWS Unorganized. I'm your host for today, Gary Dane, and today we have a recent feud going on that we're settling here at AWS Gone, as WWE's own CM Punk is taking on the Beatles, John Lennon. Now, for those of you wondering why this match has happened, this is due to a rather controversial hot take from CM Punk, who had some rather interesting comments on the Beatles, to say the least. And while I do respect others' opinions, I do disagree with them and sort of the step that he took on them. But this isn't about my feelings, though. What this is about is settling a feud right here, because you see, when what CM Punk said came out, most of the Beatles are fine with it. They didn't really care that much. Peace and love, to quote Ringo and all that. Let it be. But John Lennon, though, you know how he gets, and he took it personally. So he's like, "Listen here, you punk. We'll see you in the ring at the WrestleCon." And then CM Punk said, "Fuck you," and that's how it went down. And as we see behind him, clobbering time, we got classic CM Punk behind him, so I guess he brought some back. But wait, Ringo, what are you doing there? I apologize. I noticed that Punk was wearing pink, and I'm wearing pink, so I kind of assumed we were on the same team. Oh, Ringo, you silly goose. You know what? Nobody can blame you. You're just such a goober. Such a goofy goober. Old Ringo Starr is. That's what makes him great. He enjoys a little help from his friends. He tends to his octopus garden. CM Punk. And now you're also probably wondering, hey Gary, doesn't AWS usually have a no WWE or currently signed WWE people rule? That is true for the most part. However, we do occasionally make exceptions. Right here, Triple H, he knew that CM Punk versus John Lennon was a match that just needed to happen. So he and Doug Dimmadome worked out a deal while Dimmadome was in the hospital, and now here we are, getting this match in. And of course, we've seen Punk make that grand entrance, former multi-time champion, WWE champion, two-time Money in the Bank, all that good stuff. But here he's facing against a man who was wrapped against Bill O'Reilly, was responsible for songs such as Now and Then, a man, and honestly countless more. Probably one of the most influential he's such an influential singer that song, and he does a little bit of all the Beatles. They could do just about anything. It seems they're even stepping into a ring. Well, at least John is. Ringo and Paul, watching him from the outside there, each sporting their own signature color and accessory right here, giving themselves a little more individuality. And also interesting to note that Punk did particularly take a shot at Sgt. Pepper. So the Beatles coming out in their Sgt. Pepper outfit, perhaps trying to play mind games here. Or perhaps this will be their official AWS look. Because funny enough, we actually were already hiring them due to the Zelda and Ocarina of Time videos made by what's his name? I'm gonna pull this up real quick because I want to shout this guy out right here. So we begin the match. CM Punk and John Lennon staring each other down. Big kick to the gut and an immediate sick kick, followed by a top rope line. So John Lennon is pissed right now. Holy crap. Oh my god. Punk is able to come back, but still, impressive debut for John Lennon so far. At least I think this is his AWS debut, unless maybe showed up at a random Rumble several years ago. It's kind of hard to remember with the Rumbles since we've had so many and so many people have entered. Redness VGM, spelled REDNAS VGM, is a wonderful series about the Beatles being an Ocarina of Time, and that is what inspired us to hire the Beatles. So Punk talking shit on them was just kind of a funny Timing right there. As he throws the gold suited man back in the ring. This has been one interesting match so far right here. A lot of flips, a lot of strikes. I wouldn't ask for any other way, And here at AWS Con, don't forget to purchase your Captain Communist brand vodka, your Ned brand NOS, and of course, the Rye branded Rye action figure with sarcastic quips when you push a button. And Punk springboard clothesline. Incredible springboard right there. Oh, wait. Oh, kick out at A, though. John Lennon does not give a fuck. This man rap battled against Bill O'Reilly. This man is going up against a former world champion in a field that, his enemy is a lot more familiar, and Punk does have a lot more wrestling experience than John Lennon. So the fact that he's able to keep up with Punk, do all these crazy moves, even a coffin drop, reminding Punk of the previous company he was in, AEW. Even more mind games. I gotta respect John Lennon. He's crafty. He's as crafty as he is agile and golden. This Ringo is just shocked right now. He's kind of split right now. CM Punk's got the pink. But at the same time, John Lennon with that insane overcastle right there. Over the Queen's Castle. A2. Ooh, close kick out for CM Punk right here. Punky's on a roll. But John Lennon be sinning. Oh. Gotta chop off. Punch the chest. Titty chop. Titty chop. Oh my god, they are making each other raw. Oh, another titty chop. They're trying to slap their nips off. Lennon again not giving a fuck. Oh, I don't know how smart it was to gesture Punk like that, but you gotta respect the boldness of John Lennon. He just does not give a fuck. He does what he pleases, especially that mustache. Oh, evenly matched with those exchange of blows. Oh, wait. John Lennon, sharpshooter, shouting out to Bret Hart, who is a big fan of the Beatles. I wonder if he taught them how to do a sharpshooter. However, Punk's been putting that move a whole lot of times, so he knew how to break out of that. Perhaps they should have used a more, obscure submission. So I have to see is the ref fixing the turnbuckle on account of a classic Punk. So, I don't know, it just sort of felt in character for Punk to hang out with Punk. Holy shit, what a diving knee to the face right there. Oh, that might have knocked him out cold. And now following up the second city elbow drop right there. All the way from Chicago. A, 2, D, Punk winning with a huge elbow drop. I will say though, I wonder if Punk's thinking, man, John Lennon went way better in the ring than I expected him to. So that was an interesting exchange there, to say the least. Do you want to see more from the CM Punk versus Beatles feud, or do you think this should be a one and done right here? Comment down below. Let me know. Your voice matters. Alright? Just want to remind you, alright? Remember that while we watch the voice of the voiceless celebrate right here. Is that you're allowed to speak your mind, and that's okay. But if you say something stupid, people have the right to call you stupid. So keep that in mind too. Either way, a very good rating by our Rob Walker here. Punk looks like he's ready to eat a child's head, and so I'm gonna go and wait a minute. Just Punk straight edge. Uh-oh.